one. This is Robert. RJL Network presents another exciting edition of Inside Pitch Advanced. The 1980 season is on the air. Today's date is July 10th, 1980. We are beginning the second half of the season. We're here at County Stadium for an American League East matchup between the Boston Red Sox and the Milwaukee Brewers. The Red Sox come into this game a record of one game above 500, 39-38. The Brewers are 37-40, still very much in it. This is the final game of the second schedule block, which means after this game, I will be doing playoff cuts, which means teams pretty much with a .475 and low, are actually .474 and lower, will no longer be placed on the board, unless, of course, they get in there by virtue of 10-minute ticker. Because this is when I start going ahead and start doing the playoff push cuts so I can get more games of the playoff teams available, so for tiebreakers in the future. So this is the final game of the second schedule block, and we're going to start cutting some teams away. Will Swingle is first to join us here at County Stadium. The Brewers historically won this game 2-1. They had 7 hits and no errors. The Red Sox had 4 hits and no errors. So this was pretty much a pitcher's duel that game. This was also the first game of a doubleheader that was played that day, and I just thought we'd choose this one. So the Red Sox and the Brewers, final game of the second schedule block. Red Sox are very much in it. The Brewers are not out of it yet. They're only 3 under 500, and anything is possible in Inside Pitch as Ben Witz joins us here at County Stadium. Let's get things started. Starting pitcher for the Milwaukee Brewers tonight is Reggie Cleveland. Didn't have a bad year. 11 wins, 9 losses, 4 saves. A 3.73 ERA, more of a reliever than a starter. But he did have 13 starts. We are at County Stadium. This is a neutral park, pretty much. There is a chance -1 to strikeouts, -2 to walks. There is a chance of robbing a home run. Pretty neutral here. Maybe about 6 chances of getting a home run off the card. I would say neutral. So either pitchers or hitters can do the job here. As now Philip Reynolds joins us here at County Stadium. So it is time to begin the second half of the 1980 season. I don't believe it. We're already halfway through the season. Only 3 months left before we get to the playoffs. Still a lot of things are possible. Let's get things to it. Let's go to the top of the first. Leading off for the Red Sox, the shortstop, Rick Burleson, 278 average, 8 homers, 51 RBIs, and 80. We're going to use yellow, white, and blue dice. Brewers are the home team. After a crazy All-Star game, I'm definitely glad I had that extra day of rest. But the All-Star break is over. It's time to get back to baseball games that matter. Cleveland, 1-5, strikeout, 16 is high. Burleson, 1-2, that's a ground ball to third. And that'll be handled by Don Mo Money. And he will toss it over for the out. Next up, the second baseman, the Rem Dog, Jerry Remy. May he rest in peace. 313 average, no homers, 9 RBIs. Only played a little bit less than half the games for the Red Sox. Malbert's 20 joins us here at County Stadium. Do I roll on the pitcher's card if no base runners and you get an NS4 from the batter card? No. If there are no base runners, you at all. If there are no base runners, if there are no base runners, no. If there are no base runners, that's it. Well, wait a minute. Let me try it. Wait, do you roll on the pitcher's card if no base runners and you get an NS4 from the batter card? Yes, you do. You do, because that's considered as an NS4. If there are no runners in scoring position, you still roll. It doesn't have to be just a man on second. It could be nobody on base. Cleveland will pitch. Cleveland, 8-1, error on a throw. Remy, 2-6. That's going to be a fly out to right. There won't be an error on the throw. That'll be grabbed by Sixto Lezcano. And that'll be out number 2. Doug Hunt joins us here at County Stadium. That'll bring up the center fielder. Definitely Hall of Very Good. Some people think Hall of Fame. Freddie Lynn, 301 average, 12 homers, 61 RBIs. If anything, Lynn was an absolute excellent player. Cleveland, 5'6", and that's going to be an automatic out. And it'll be a fly to center field. And Stormin Gorman Thomas is going to make the catch. And that is a 1-2-3 inning. We'll go to the bottom of the first. XSG2 joins us here at County Stadium. And Jeremy Brooks. Starting pitcher for the Boston Red Sox tonight is Mike Torrez. Had a rough year. 9 wins, 16 losses, a 5.08 ERA. Not one of the better years that Torrez can have. Leading off for the Brew Crews, the shortstop, Hall of Famer, Robin Yount. And some people think he's the best shortstop of all time. Arguable. 293 average, 23 homers, 87 RBIs. I put Robin Yount definitely close up there. The lovely Barbara joins us here at County Stadium. And trust me, she is lovely. Torrez, 5'2", strikeout 3. He'll get Yount. First strikeout for Torrez. He had 97 of them that year. Next up is the third baseman, Don Mo Money. 256 average, 17 homers, 46 RBIs, or Don Show Me the Money. Torrez will deal 7-3. That's a pitcher result. That's 17. Against a righty, believe it or not, is just going to miss, and that's going to be a blank. Money, 8-5, and that's a line drive right to second base. That'll be gloved by Rennie, and that's out number 2. That'll bring up the first baseman, Cecil Cooper, and he was definitely a beast. 352 average, 25 homers, 122 RBIs. Does anybody have a problem if I say Cooper is definitely Hall of Very Good? Torrez, 6'4", it's a blank. Cooper, 2-8, and that's a line drive to short. And that's going to be caught by Rick Burleson. And that is also a 1-2-3 inning. No score after 1. We go to the second. Leading off for the Red Sox, first baseman, Hall of Famer, Tony Perez. 275 average, 25 homers, 105 RBIs, and 80. Cleveland, 7-6. That's a blank. Perez, 8-1. Line drive right to second base, and that's going to be caught by Jim Gantner for out number 1. Hard hit liner, but Gantner is there. That'll bring up the catcher, the original Pudge, Carlton Fisk, one of the greatest catchers of all time. 289 average, 18 homers, 62 RBIs, and 80. Cleveland with the pitch. 5-1 against the righty. It's a blank. Fisk, 5-1. And there are no runners in scoring position. That is a base hit pass short. Cleveland, a 1-9 will turn that into an out. That is a 12, and it will be a base hit. So Fisk will still go. So Fisk will get the first. As Cleveland had his chance to maybe get, when there are no runners in scoring position, it does include if the bases are empty. So, because there are no runners in scoring positions, that does count. And actually, there's your answer right there, Malbert's 20, just like you served up. You got your answer. So Fisk goes to first, and that'll bring up the third baseman, Butch Hobson, 228 average, 11 homers, 39 RBIs, and 80. David Vega joins us here at County Stadium. Strategy roll for Fisk, infield double play. That's a 16, and nothing happening. Cleveland, 5-6, and that's going to be an automatic out, and that's going to be a 19, and that's going to be a ground ball to second base. Let's see if they turn the double play, and that is a 3. Hit to second, +1 is 4. Cleveland +2 is 6. Hobson is a 9+. At 6 is higher than Fisk. Fisk will be thrown out at second. Hobson takes first on your tailor-made fielder's choice. And the next batter is the right fielder, Jim Washer and Dwyer. 285 average, 9 homers, 38 RBIs, and 80. Hobson did have only 1 stolen base, and he's not going anywhere. Cleveland, 4-5, error on a booted ball. Dwyer, 3-1. Nope, That's going to be a fly ball to right. An easy play there for Sixto Lezcano. He will make the catch and retire the side. No runs and a hit. We go to the bottom of the second. Leading on for the Brewers, center fielder, Gorman Thomas, 239 average, 38 bombs, 105 RBIs, and 80. Didn't really have great averages, but Gorman Thomas, he could launch him with the best of them. Torrez, 3-3, error, foul, or grounder at the park. County Stadium, 3-2. That is a ground ball. It's a ground ball to short. That ball is hit to Rick Burleson. His error rating is a 7. That's a 2, and that is an error. And that's also a booted ball. That's a bat that boots away easily there from him. Thomas has a chance to take second, and that is a 4. He won't. Thomas will stay at first base, but that is an error, and that is an E6. First error on the Red Sox. They didn't have any errors in the game historically. Why don't Cleveland play in Cleveland? Good question. Runner on first, infield set for double play. And the next batter is the left fielder, Ben Oglivie. Definitely hauled a very good 304 average, 41 bombs, 118 RBIs. Ben Oglivie was another beast. Thomas on at first, and he gets the jump. But I don't think I'm going to send him, though. 12 minus 2 is 10. And Fisk is a 0. He had 8 steals. I'm going to say no. Oglivie was a good hitter. Torrez, 6-3, walk. 18 is going to miss. Oglivie, a 3-2, and that's a base hit past first. Is that going to be enough to go ahead? Is that going to be enough to get Thomas to third? And the answer is no. Thomas will hold at second base, just a little slow. And right now, the Brewers have runners at first and second and no one out. Next up is the right fielder, Sixto Lezcano, 229 average, 18 homers, 55 RBIs in that year. Infield still at double play depth. Strategy roll, nothing on the 15. Torrez will deal. Torrez, 2-4, it's a blank. Lezcano, 6-6, and that's powered into left field. That's a 17, but against a righty, it's going to hang. And getting over there will be the left fielder, Dave Stapleton. And he's going to make the catch for the out. Does Thomas take third? A 5-6, and he will. He will. Stapleton has an arm rating of 2, and it's going to be deep enough for Thomas to take third base. So fly to left field. It's deep enough on a 5-6. Holds if it was an arm rating of a 7, which it is, which is not. So there is one out and runners at the corners. And now the designated hitter, Dick Davis, 271 average, 4 homers, 30 RBIs, and 80. Infield is going to play corners in. So hit the second or short, a double play chance. Hit the first or third, the infield will be at the plate. Strategy roll. That is a 4. Oglivie stays where he is. Torrez, 3-7, walk, 6, and that's going to miss. Davis, a 6-5, and that is going to be a ground ball to short. So they'll try for the double play. That's an 18, and I don't have to go any further. That's a 12 right there. That's going to be a 6-4-3 double play, and the inning is over. Dick Davis's double play rating's a 12. The 18 hit the short, +1 is 19. Torrez is a +2, and that will retire the side. So no runs, 1 hit, 1 error, and Davis grounds out into the 6-4-3, and still no score after 2. When it looked like the Brewers may have had a chance to get a run. And that's why I played corners in. Corners in, if it hit the second or short, a chance for double play. Hit the first or third, the play would have been at the plate. You just don't see managing like this on that other channel with the fluffy cat. Leading off for the Red Sox, top of the third, left fielder, Dave Stapleton, who every Red Sox fan believes should have been in Game 6 of the World Series. At first, 321 average, 7 homers, 45 RBIs, and 80. Cleveland, 6-6, strikeout 2, got him. He gets Stapleton. And that is the first strikeout for Cleveland. He only had 54 of them that year. Next batter is the designated hitter, Gary Hancock. Don't know anything about him. 287 average, though. 4 homers, 19 RBIs in 80. Cleveland will pitch. 4-2. That's a blank. Hancock. 5-8. That's a grounder to second. Easily played there by Jim Gantner. And Gantner throws it over for the second out. Next up is Burleson. Burleson's 0 for 1. Cleveland will pitch. 2-5. Walk. That's ball 4. He walks Burleson. First walk given up by Cleveland. He had 47 of them in 80. And now here's the Rem Dog. Rem Dog is 0 for 1. Burleson on at first. He had 12 steals. And that is a 5, and he stays put. Cleveland, 1-8. Against the lefty, walk. The 17 is way too high. Remy, 5-4, and that is going to be a grounder to second base. That'll be handled easily by Gantner again. And Gantner is going to throw to first to get Remy, and that will do it. Nothing across except the walk. We go to the bottom of the third. Torrez back on the mound. Leading off for the Brewers is the second baseman, Jim Gantner. I always felt Gantner was a heck of a second baseman. 282 average, 4 homers, 40 RBIs, and he can hit the ball too. Torrez will deal. Torrez, 2-1, strikeout, and that's going to miss. Gantner, a 8-4. That's a grounder to second, easily played by the Rem Dog, and Rem Dog tosses it over. Here's the catcher, Charlie Moore. I felt Moore was a little underrated. 291 average, 2 homers, 30 RBIs in 80. Torrez will pitch. 6-7, error on a booted ball. Moore, 5-6, and that is a ground ball to third. And that is a grounder that's hit to Butch Hobson. His error rating is a 20. That's going to be a boot, and Moore will be at first base. Hobson's error rating is a 20. That will be a booted ball, and that will be the second error on the Red Sox. This time an E5. 2 errors on the Red Sox. The next batter is Yount, and Yount is 0 for 1. Infield set for double play. Moore on it first, and he will stay put. Torrez, a 2-4. That's a blank. Yount, 5-7, and that's going to be hit hard into right field, and that'll be a double. Will it score more? Double to right. 1-7, and advances. If he's a 7 to 8, he's a 3. Moore has to hold. But that will be a double as Moore gets to third base. But Moore not very fast, but a double for Yount. And now the batter is Money. Money is 0 for 1. Infield will play in on this one, and the infield in chart is ready to go. So strategy roll, and nothing happening there. Moore on at third, Yount on at second. Torrez in a jam here in the bottom of the third. Torrez, 4-1 against the righty, strikeout. The 13 will be too high. Money, 3-7. That's a fly ball to center field. That's going to be out number 2. That is an 8. Money does not have a sacrifice fly, so that's not going to happen that way. Can Moore come home on his own? An 8-3, and there's going to be a play. There's going to be a play, so Moore trying to come home. That is a 9. And that ball was hit. That ball was hit to center field. Center fielder is Freddie Lynn, and his arm rating is an 8. And that's going to be... His arm rating is an A, and that's going to be good enough. Charlie Moore is going to be thrown out at the plate, and the inning is over. Stadium groans. A good play there by Freddie Lynn as he goes ahead and nails Moore easily. He's an A-rated assist. His assist rating is an A, and he definitely gets it there. And that'll retire the side. No runs, a hit, and an error. Still no score after 3. As Freddie Lynn goes ahead and guns down Charlie Moore. Cutter Historical joins us here at County Stadium. We go to the 4th. And speaking of Freddie Lynn, that's who'll lead off. He's 0 for 1. Cleveland will pitch. Cleveland, 7-6. That's a blank. Lynn, an 8-7. And that's a ground ball to third. That'll be easily picked up there by Don Money. And, well, Fred Lynn gunned down Don Money at the plate. And Don Money's going to throw Lynn out at first. You know, whatever you do to me, I'll do to you. 1 out. Here's Perez. Perez is 0 for 1. Turnabout's fair play. Cleveland, 3-4. Strikeout. 15 will just miss. Perez, 6-8. And that is a fly to center. Handled by Storm and Gorman. And that is out number 2. Here's Pudge. Pudge got a single his first time up. Cleveland will deal. Cleveland, 8-7 against a righty. It's a blank. Pudge, 3-5. And that is a fly to right. Easily grabbed by Lescano. And that is a 1-2-3 inning. And the side is retired. This was a pitcher's duel historically. Only 3 runs were scored. And right now, inside pitch agrees. We go to the bottom of the 4th. Cecil Cooper leads off from Milwaukee. He's 0 for 1. Fans here at County Stadium know the Brewers have got to get wins. They are 3 games under 500. The Red Sox are only 1 game above 500. The Brewers, the Blue Jays, and the Red Sox right now are 3, and the Tigers are 4 teams trying to get 1 playoff spot, because I don't think either one will catch the Yankees or the Orioles at this time. The Yankees or the Orioles are going to be 1st and 2nd. You got 4 teams chasing the 3rd. Torrez, 3-8. Range play 13. That's a 4, yes. Cooper, 5-3. It's a base hit past 3rd. It'll be a range play for Hobson. His range is a 4. He won't get it. It'll be a base hit. Single past 3rd, and Cooper will be on 1st. First hit of the game for him. Hobson couldn't get to it. And now Storm and Gorman. He's 0 for 1, but reached on an error his first time up. Cooper had 17 steals. He's not going here. Torrez will deal. Torrez, 4-3. It's a blank. Thomas, 6-4. And that, wow, okay. Well, that takes care of that, because that is a straight H7. And there's nothing Torrez could have done about that, because that ball is, well, it might have landed in Lambeau Field. Kaboom! That ball is high. That ball is deep. And that ball is gone. Home run, Storm and Gorman. And that is a 3, by the way, so no chance of robbing it. Stadium cheers. Yay! That is a straight home run to left field, 6-4 and H7. Straight up home run. And all Gorman Thomas did is turn that ball really and just tore the cover off it. That wasn't Torres' fault. Thomas just got it. 2-0 Brewers. And now the batter is Ogilvy. Ogilvy got a single his first time up. Yeah, no check needed on that. Torrez will deal. Torrez, 5-2, strikeout, 13 is high. Ogilvy, 5-7, and that is a grounder to 3rd. That'll be handled by Hobson, and that'll be the first out. Next up is Lescano. Lescano's 0 for 1. That ball landed in the future side of Miller Park. I believe that. Torrez, 2-2. That is a blank. Lescano, 3-5. And that is a grounder to 3rd. Once again, another play for Hobson. He'll throw it over to 1st for out number 2. Next up is Davis. Davis is 0 for 1. Torrez will deal. Torrez, 3-8. Range play, 13. That's a 20. No. Davis, 1-5. That's an infield single. That's going to be hit to short. Grabbing that is Burleson. He's not going to have a play. And that's not a range play. That'll be an infield single. And a chance now for Gantner. Gantner 0 for 1. Davis had 5 steals, and he's staying put. Torrez will deal. Torrez, 5-4. It's a blank. Gantner, 7-1. Base hit left field. Will Davis get the third? Single to left, 6-1. I think he does, and yes. Davis does get the third. Gantner, not good speed. That 6 will keep him at first base. And his runners at first and third with 2 outs. So Gantner gets his first hit of the game. Now the batter is Moore. Moore is 0 for 1, but reached on an error. 2-0 Brewers. They finally break the ice here in the bottom of the 4th. Strategy. Nothing on the 17. Torrez. A 2-7. That's a blank. Moore. 1-7. That's powered into left field. That's an 11. And against the righty is just not going to get there. That's going to stay up there in left field. Going after it is Stapleton. He's going to just get there in time. And he'll make the catch. 2 runs on 4 hits. A 2-run bomb by Stormin Gorman. 2-0 Brew Crew after 4. Stormin Gorman Thomas. You guys remember what he looked like? Because last I checked, I thought he was pretty darn ripped. Especially for that time period. Stormin Gorman, if I'm correct, I think he was an absolute beast. Him, Cecil Cooper, and Ben Ogilvy were 3 big guys. We go to the top of the 5th. And Butch Hobson leads off for Baston. He's 0 for 1. 2-0 Brewers. They now have the 2 they historically scored. Cleveland, 4-2. It's a blank. Hobson, 6-5. That's powered into center field. That's a 15. And against the righty, it's also going to hang up there. Center fielder is Gorman Thomas. He'll make the catch for the out. Here's Jim Dwyer sheets, and he's 0 for 1. Cleveland will deal. Cleveland, 2-1 against the lefty. Walk. That 6 is ball 4. He walked him. Not many walks allowed at this park, but they will get a walk. That will be the 2nd walk for Cleveland. And now Stapleton. Stapleton is 0 for 1. Let's see. Cleveland can pitch to 29. And Torrez, 27. So 2 outs, infield set for double play. Strategy roll. Dwyer is staying where he is. Cleveland will pitch. Cleveland, 6-6. Strikeout 6 and cold strike 3. Stapleton doesn't like the call, but he got him. Struck him out. 2nd strikeout for Cleveland. 2nd time Stapleton struck out. Didn't strike out much. But he will there. There's Hancock. Hancock is 0 for 1. Gorman Thomas like played guitar with CCR. He did, didn't he? Dwyer on it first, and he will stay there. Cleveland, 5-4 against the lefty. Walk. The 10 is too high. Hancock, 5-1. It's a base hit to center field. Will Dwyer take third? Single to center, 2-3, and advances if he's 3-8. He's a 4. He'll make it. Actually, he's a 5 with 2 outs, so Dwyer will get to third base. So Hancock keeps the inning going. That's his first hit, and a chance now for Burleson. Burleson 0 for 1 with a walk. Cleveland, another jam here. Top of the 5th. Brewers lead 2-0, and nothing happening on the strat. Cleveland will pitch. Cleveland, 3-3. That's at the park. County Stadium, 7-7. It's a base hit past first. The Red Sox are on the board. Dwyer will come in to score. And Hancock does not have great speed. He will hold at second base. It's 2-1. So Burleson gets the Red Sox on the board now 2-1, which was the historical score of this game. So an RBI single for Burleson. And now here's the Rem dog. Remy is 0 for 2. 2 outs, but now a 2-1 game. Strategy roll. Nothing on the 3. Hancock stays where he is. Cleveland, 6-3. It's a blank. Remy, 6-7. And against a righty, that's going to be a base hit right past first. Remy, very good, excellent against right-handed pitching. That's a single past first. Well, that's past the pitcher. I'm sorry. Will that score Hancock with 2 outs? Yes, it will. Hancock will come around. He will score. We're tied at 2. Stadium groans. So we have a new ball game now, as Remy will get a base hit. Very good excellent against right-handed hitting that year. And now the batter is Lynn. Lynn is 0 for 2. Still 2 outs. Cleveland can't get out of this inning. Strategy, nothing on the 10. Cleveland, 8-5. And that's a walk. The 10 is ball 4. He walked Lynn. They go talk to Cleveland on the mound, try to settle him down a bit. But now the bases are loaded. Third walk issued by Cleveland. And here comes Tony Perez. Torrez is 0 for 2, but he definitely has home run power. Bases loaded here at County Stadium. Game now tied at 2 in the top of the 5th. Strategy, nothing on the 9. Cleveland will go ahead and deal. Cleveland, 2-7. Strikeout, got him, and the inning is over. Big strikeout by Cleveland, the third of his game. 2 runs on 3 hits and a couple of walks. But we're tied at 2 now, going in the bottom of the 5th. Top of the order for the Brew Crew. Here's Robin Yount. Yount is 1 for 2 with a double. Tied at 2, bottom of the 5th. Pretty important game here in the American League East. Red Sox, Brewers, Tigers, Blue Jays. 4 teams trying to fight, trying to get one playoff spot, because right now the Orioles and the Yankees are running away with that numbers 1 and 2. Torrez, 7-4. Pitcher result, 4. And against a righty, that's going to be a base hit. That's going to be a single past second, and Robin Yount will get a hit, his second of the game. So Yount now 2 for 3. Here's Money. Money is 0 for 2. Yount had 20 steals. He's a bit of a thief, but he's not going anywhere. Money gets the bunt sign, but he can hit home runs. He ain't doing that. Torrez, 1-2. Error on a throw. Money, 4-1. That's a ground ball to third. That ball is hit to Hobson, and that's going to be a throwing error. Hobson's error rating is a 20. That's pretty much an automatic error. It's a ground ball to third. So the question is, where did the ball go to? And this is where we find out where it went. It's an error. It is an error on a throw, so I got to see where it went. So, although it really won't matter, it's an error. Actually, it's an error on a throw, but we'll see where it went to. So I'll roll it here. That is a 15. It was hit to third, which would be a 0. Torrez +2 would be a 17, which would be higher than Don Money. So that ball went to second base. That ball went to second base, so we know. Now the question is, does Remy prevent the ball from getting past him? His range is a 1. And he does! Wow! Remy must have leaped into the air to prevent the ball from going into the outfield. And because of that, the runners only move 1 base. And that is the 3rd error on the Red Sox in this game. Another E5. The Red Sox with 3 errors in this game. And now the batter is Cooper. Nobody out. Still tied at 2 here in the bottom of the 5th. Cooper 1 for 2. Torrez saying, come on, guys. Does anybody here want to play some baseball? Runners at first and second. No one out. Nothing on the strat. Torrez will go ahead and pitch. Torrez, 1-7, error on a grounder. Cooper, 4-3, and that's going to be, there are runners in scoring position. That's going to be a base hit past second base. That's going to be a base hit past second. And let's see, Yount, who should have the speed, and he does. Yount coming around from second, he will score. Money, he will hold at second base, does not have the best speed. Cooper to first. The Brewers retake the lead. It's 3-2. Stadium cheers. Yay! RBI single for Cooper. And now here's Stormin' Gorman. 1 for 2 with a bomb. Still no one out, bottom of the fifth. And Torrez, right now the defense is really letting him down here. Strategy roll. Nothing on the 10. Torrez will pitch. Torrez, 5-8 walk. 19 will be too high. Thomas, 2-3. And against the righty, that's going to be a double to center field. Money will score. Will Cooper score from first? Double to center. That's a 2-4, and advances 4-8. He is a 4. He will score. Thomas on at second. 2 more runs come in. 5-2 Brewers. Stadium cheers. Yay! Two RBI double for Gorman Thomas. He now has 4 of the 5 RBIs in this game. The batter now is Ogilvy, but most of these runs are pretty much unearned for Torrez. He can't believe what's happening here. Ogilvy is 1 for 2. Still no one out in the bottom of the fifth. Still no one out. This might be getting ugly pretty quick. Torrez allows another run. I'm yanking him, but it really isn't his fault. Strategy roll. Nothing on the 11. Thomas stays at second. Torrez. 7-4. That's a pitcher result. That's a 5. And against the lefty, that's going to be a base hit. And that's going to be a base hit to left field. Will that score Thomas? Single to left, 2-2. And let's see, 2-2, single to left. Yep, he will advance. Thomas will come around. He will score at 6-2 Brewers. And that'll be it for Torrez. Stadium cheers. Yay! So that'll be it from Mike Torrez. He's done. And that really isn't his fault. Still nobody out. The Brewers off to now a 6-2 lead. And that is it for Torrez. We'll see a new pitcher for the Red Sox. And they're going to go with a righty here. And we're in the middle innings. So let's see who has the most in the middle innings for the righties. And that is going to be Drago. Coming on to pitch for the Red Sox will be Dick Drago. 7 wins, 7 losses, 3 saves, a 4.14 ERA in 80. Torrez will leave with the L, although really not deserved. Drago can pitch to 12. He can pitch to a lot of batters here. He will come on to pitch. So Dick Drago will come on to pitch here. Ogilvy on at first. Still no one out. And the batter is Lescano. The fans here at County Stadium are now enjoying the game a little bit more than they did. Strategy rolls are still on, and Ogilvy stays put. Drago, 4-7, pickoff, 11, no, we go to the park. County Stadium, 6-4, it's a fly to center field. Getting to that will be Freddie Lynn. And that will be out number 1. Next batter is Davis. Davis is 1 for 2 with a single. Drago, strategy roll again. Ogilvy, he stays put. Drago, 1-4, it's a blank. Davis, 6-5, and that is going to be a grounder to short. Ground ball to short, that's an 18. Davis is a 12 plus. That's going to be a double play. 6-4-3 double play will end the inning, but 4 runs on 4 hits and 1 error, and the Brewers have a 6-2 lead now after 5. We go to the 6th. Carlton Pudge Fisk leads off for Baston, is 1 for 2. Chuck Rawlings joins us here at County Stadium. 84, some pitcher named Doc struck out 10 Expos in a 6-3 win on Long Island. Really? Some pitcher named Doc, the Doc. So I guess the doctor was in. Cleveland will pitch. Cleveland 1-6, error on a booty ball. Pudge 4-6. Nope, that's a fly to left. Easily played there by Ogilvy. And that is out number 1. Dwight Gooden, believe it or not, guys, is my favorite baseball player of all time. As much as I loved, because the reason why I don't say Tom Seaver is because I really didn't see Seaver pitch much. I was too young to really see. I saw him only pitch a few times when I was really, really young. But I really didn't grow up watching Tom Seaver because I'm an 80s kid. I really grew up during the 80s. So I grew up with Dr. K. So he is my favorite Met of all time, is Dwight Gooden. He's my favorite Met. Believe it or not, my second favorite Met, Darryl Strawberry. And my third, Gary Carter. I hope that's okay if you guys don't mind if I have Gooden, Strawberry, and Carter as my 3 favorite Mets of all time. Let's see here. Hobson, the next batter. He is 0 for 2. What might have been for Strawberry and Gooden if they stayed off the crap. Cleveland, 7-1. Range play 13. That's a 2, yes. Hobson, 6-6. That's a ground ball to third. It's going to be a range play for darn money. His range is a 4. That's an 8. He'll make the play. Nice play by Money, and he'll throw to first to get Hobson. That's a home play. That's what I call a home team range play, and that's out number 2. Home team range play. And now here's Washer and Dwyer. He is 0 for 1 with a walk. What, Greg Jeffries didn't get in there? No. Greg Jeffries, though, he was highly touted. A lot of people thought he was really going to be the real deal. And let's not knock Greg Jeffries. I think even you know, XSG2, that Greg Jeffries did have a solid career. Cleveland, he just wasn't what they expect him to be. 8-2 against the lefty. Walk. The 19 is high. Dwyer, 3-8, and that's an infield single to second base. Hit to second. That's going to be caught by Gantner. He won't have a play, and Dwyer is safe. Infield single for Dwyer. It'll bring up Stapleton. Stapleton 0 for 2. He struck out twice. Yeah, he was a solid player. No, he wasn't a Hall of Famer or anything. I won't put him in the Hall of the Very Good, but he was steady. Dwyer on at first. Strategy rolls are still on. And Dwyer, he does get the jump, but you're down by 4 runs. You're not stealing. Cleveland, 2-7. Strikeout, no. Stapleton, 3-3. And that is a fly to center field. An easy play for Stormin Gorman. And he'll make the catch and retire the side. No runs in a hit for the Red Sox. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Yes, he was a real jerk. Yes, he was. He was a real jerk. That is truth. He was a real jerk. But so was many people off the field. I really didn't care. You could be a real jerk off the field. I only cared what you did in between the foul lines. I don't care what you did outside the stand. Bottom of the 6th. Jim Gantner leads off for the Brewers. He's 1 for 2 with a single. Drago, a 7-3 walk. That will be ball 4. He'll walk Gantner. Gantner will draw a walk. Drago had 37 walks in 80. Now the batter is Moore. And Moore is 0 for 2, but reached on an error. Infield double play depth. Gantner had steals. That is a 12. He's not going anywhere. Drago will deal. Drago, 6-2. Strikeout. That'll be too high. Moore, 8-3. And with runners and that's going to be a base hit to center field. There are no runners in scoring position. So that's going to be a straight out hit to center. Will Gantner take third, 4-5, and he will hold. Gantner holds at second base, and once again, the Brew Crew are in business here with no one out. Single from Moore. Here comes Yount. And Yount is 2 for 3, a single and a double. Strategy roll, and that's a 6, nothing happening. Brewers lead 6-2 here in the bottom of the 6th. This was a pitcher's duel until, well, Stormin Gorman hit a big-time bomb. Drago, 1-7, wild pitch. No, but a possible pass ball. Fisk's pass ball rating is a 5. He'll prevent the pass ball. Now Yount will swing. Yount, 7-2, ground ball to short. Ground ball to short, 14. Hit to short, +1 is 15. Drago, +2 is a 17. Yount is a 16+, and that's going to be a 6-4-3 double play. Gantner will move to third, 2 down. Yount didn't ground out into many double plays, but he will there. It allows Gantner to, but it does allow Gantner to go to third. So 6-4-3, 2 outs, but still a chance for Money. Money is 0-for-3, but reached on an error his last time up. 2 down, bottom of the 6th. Strategy roll. Gantner stays put. Drago, 5-5, strikeout. No. Money, a 2-7, and that's a grounder to second base. Jerry Remy will get that, and he'll throw it over and end the inning. No runs and a hit for the Brewers and a walk. But they look like they were going to get some runs here, but a big double play kills it. 6-2 Brew Crew after 6. We'll go to the 7th. Yes, he finished a career in Detroit. Cleveland will pitch. Gary Hancock leads off for the Red Sox. He will bat. He's 1-for-2. Top of the 7th, Cleveland. He can pitch to 3 more batters before he tires. He'll stay out there. Cleveland, 1-4. That's an automatic out. It's a fly to right. An easy play for Sixto Lezcano. And that will be the first out. Here's Burleson. Burleson is 0-for-2, was 1-for-2, singled and walked. Cleveland, a 2-5, walk, 12, and no. Burleson's a 13, but -2 makes him an 11. Burleson, 3-4, he popped it up. Pop fly ball to short, and Robin Yount says he'll take it, and that'll be out number 2. Here's the Rem Dog. Remy is 1-for-3 with a single. Cleveland will pitch. Cleveland, 6-4, strikeout 1, swing and a miss. Struck them out, and the inning is over. Strikeout number 4 for Cleveland. And 1, 2, 3 go the Red Sox. Cleveland is tired. Will he pitch the 8th? We'll find out. We are at the 7th inning stretch. Sing, take me out to the ball game. I'll be right back. Don't forget, we got 10-minute ticker coming up after tonight's game. Our next game will be tomorrow night. It will be July 13th. We begin the 3rd schedule block. Now only teams that are in the playoff hunt will now be featured. We're going to Memorial Stadium for a game between the Kansas City Royals and the Baltimore Orioles. Larry Gura will be pitching for the Royals, and Mike Flanagan will be pitching for the Orioles. The Orioles, 2nd place, right behind the Yankees in the American League East. The Kansas City Royals running away with the American League West, but it's still a pretty big game tomorrow night. Royals and the Orioles. That'll be tomorrow night here on the network. Bottom of the 7th, Dick Drago can pitch to 6 more batters before he tires, and you might as well. Cecil Cooper leads off for the Brewers. He's 2-for-3 with 2 singles. So Brewers lead 6-2 here. Drago will deal. 7-1, error on a grounder. Cooper, 6-2, that is a ground ball. It's a ground ball to second. That ball is hit to Jerry Remy. His error rating is an 8. That's a 17. Remy will not make an error. Finally, they won't make an error for the Red Sox. They avoid their 4th error, at least for now. It'll throw them out at first, 1 down. Here's Stormin Gorman. He is 2 for 3, a double and a bomb. He's got 4 of the 6 RBIs for the Brewers. Yes, Baltimore is still in the hunt. They're 1 game back of the Yankees for that division. Long way to go. Drago, 1-4. It's a blank. Thomas, 4-6. And that's a grounder to second base. That'll be handled by Remy again. And Remy over to first, 2 down. And now here's Ogilvy. Ogilvy is 2 for 3 with 2 singles. Drago will deal. 1-6. Range play 13. That's an 18. No. Ogilvy, 3-3. That's a fly ball to center. That'll be easily handled by Freddie Lynn. He'll make the catch and retire the side. 1-2-3 go the Brewers. 6-2 after 7. All those bad injury losses. We go to the 8th. Reggie Cleveland is tired. I don't know how many complete games he had. So let me check real quick. See if I could find out how many. I don't know how many he had for Milwaukee. Let's see. Reggie Cleveland had 5 complete games. All right, so he had 5 complete games, and he's got 11 wins. So 5 complete games. I'll roll a D20. He is tired, so a 1 to 5. I'll take a 1 to 5. I'll keep him in there. Anything higher, he's gone, and he's done. So Reggie Cleveland coming out of the game. The Brewers really need the wins, so that'll be it for Cleveland. He does leave with the W. And let's see, the Red Sox have Lynn, Torrez, and Fisk, so a lefty and 2 righties. And this is the late innings, so coming on to pitch for the Brewers is going to be Bill Castro. 2 wins, 4 losses, 8 saves, a 2.77 ERA. The Brewer bullpen is not bad. Bill Castro will come on to pitch, and he can pitch to 8. Here in the top of the 8th inning, D. Scott Howard, the GOAT Whisperer, joins us here at County Stadium. Freddie Lynn will lead off for the Red Sox. He is 0 for 2 with a walk. Bill Castro now the new Brewer pitcher. Brewers lead 6-2. Trying to get it done here. Castro, 7-1. It's a blank. Lynn, 8-6. That's a fly to center field. An easy play for Stormin Gorman. And he'll make the catch for out number 1. Here's Perez. Perez is 0 for 3. He's been kept quiet. Castro, a 5-6. That's a blank. Perez, 7-1. And that's a hard line drive right to second. That'll be gloved by Gantner. Pop, 2 down. And now here's Pudge. Pudge is 1 for 3 with a single. 6-2 Brewers. Castro deals. Castro, 5-3 against a righty. Strikeout 3. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. That'll retire the side. A 1-2-3 inning for Bill Castro. He had 32 Ks in 80. And we'll go to the bottom of the 8th. Dick Drago can pitch to 3 more batters. They're going to leave him out there. Why not? He's actually pitching pretty well. He's only scattered a hit since he took over. Might as well let him pitch. Sixto Lezcano leads off. He is 0 for 3 for the Brew Crew. Drago will deal. Drago, 4-4. Walk. 14 will be too high. Lezcano, 6-3. And that's a fly to left field. An easy play there for Stapleton. And he'll make the play for the out. Next up is Davis. Davis is 1 for 3 with a single. Pitch from Drago. 1-7. Wild pitch. It's a blank. Davis. 7-4. That's a ground ball to third. Easily handled by Hobson. For once, he won't make an error. That's out number 2. And now here's Gantner. Gantner is 1 for 2, singled and walked. 6-2 Brewers, bottom of the 8th. Drago, 8-3. That's going to be an automatic out. It'll be another ground ball to second base. It'll be gotten by the Rem Dog. He'll take his time and toss it over, retire the side. Dick Drago did an excellent job he did a great job in relief after Torrez left. He only scattered a hit. 6-2 Brewers after 8. But will we see some ninth inning magic? We saw some serious ninth inning magic in that crazy All-Star game, and I'm going to have to do something about my way of remembering who's batted, who's not it. I really got to do a better job on my All-Star games. It was a lot of fun, but I got confused. I got to do something. I got to think of a different way. So for my next All-Star game, I'll try something else. World's Worst Gamer joins us here at County Stadium. Butch Hobson is a leadoff batter. May see a pinch hitter for him. Hobson is the third baseman. Do I have another third baseman? I do. I have Hoffman. Hobson's going to come out of the game. And let's see who they got for pinch hit against righties. And it is going to be, although this is the ninth inning, so I can really use anybody, but they got to have at least pinch hits. And it is going to be Dave Rader. 328 average, 3 homers, 17 RBIs. Dave Rader will come on and pinch hit. And they'll bring in a different third baseman if necessary. So Rader pinch hitting here for Hobson. So Castro will pitch to Dave Rader. Top of the 9th, 6-2. Castro with the deal. Castro, 5-2. It's a blank. Rader, 7-4. Base hit right field. And the Red Sox get the leadoff man on. Dave Rader will get a single. Once again, great managing here. You just don't see managing like this on that other channel with that guy that plays with just the cards that are just colored blue and red or something. Here's Dwyer. Dwyer is 1 for 2. Dwyer will bat. 1 for 2, singled and walked. Infield a double play. Strategy rolls are off. Castro, 5-4. That's a blank. Dwyer, 5-1. And against the righty, it's a base hit past short. Another single. Rader will hold at second base, though. Does not have the speed. He'll hold at second. And runners at first and second with the Red Sox. No one out. And now here's Stapleton, and he will bat. Stapleton is 0 for 3. You kind of think he's due with that 321 batting average. Still no one out here. Top of the 9th, 6-2 Brewers. Castro still pitching. Bullpen is ready to go if necessary. It is actually now a safe situation, though. Bob McClure can also save as well if necessary. They got McClure if necessary. But McClure, however, McClure is a lefty. And Stapleton's a righty. So if they bring a McClure, it may be for Hancock. We'll see. Rader on at second, Dwyer on at first. No strategy rolls. Castro deals. Castro, 4-8, strikeout, and that is going to miss due to the ballpark. Stapleton, 8-4, and it's a ground ball to short. That's a 1. Hit the short, +1 is a 2. Castro is 0, and that is going to be the only play they're going to have is the first. So Rader's going to make third. Dwyer will make second. The throw goes to first against Stapleton, and that is out number 1. So they made sure they do get the out. And now the batter is Hancock, and he's going to bat. And no, you don't put him on base because you don't bring the tying run to the plate. The infield's going to play. The infield is going to play back. Infield's going to play back. There's no need to be anything with these runners on base don't mean anything. Castro will pitch to Hancock. Castro, 8-7. Range play 14. That's an 8. Yes. Hancock, 1-8. That's powered into left field. That's a 19. And that's going to stay up there in left field. But going after that is Ben Ogilvy. His range is a 6. And that is the one who'll make the catch. It's out number 2. Now, question is, does Hancock bring in Raider? That's a 15. No, he does not. And Raider, does he come in on his own? I doubt he would. Left fielder Ogilvy has an 8 arm, and I'm going to call him off my own self. He will not try to score. 2 down. Raider holds. Will fly out to left field. 2 down. And the last chance for the Red Sox is Rick Burleson. He is 1 for 3, a single and a walk. 2 outs. Castro trying to get it done. Castro will be tired after Burleson, but it's 6-2. Fans here at County Stadium know they need to get a win. Castro lines up and pitches. 3-8, walk, 10, ball 4. Ball 4, and the tying run is coming to the plate. And it's Jerry Remy. And that's going to be it for Castro. Castro getting yanked. Remy does not hit. Remy's as bad against lefties as he's good against righties. And coming on to pitch for the Brewers will be Bob McClure. 5 wins, 8 losses, 10 saves. A 3.08 ERA. McClure coming on to pitch. Now the question is, do I leave Remy out there? He does have a .313 batting average, but he is horrible against lefties. I think you got a pinch hit for him. I think you pinch hit for him. So we got a lefty on the mound, so who would pinch hit? Who pinch hits more against lefties? And yeah, so Remy coming out of the game. And coming on to pinch hit for the Red Sox will be Dwight Dewey Evans. .266 average, 18 homers, 60 RBIs. But against lefties, a little bit easier to deal with than with Remy. So I'll need a second baseman if this game goes any further. Plus, Evans does have home run power. Bases loaded. Bob McClure will now come in to try to get the save. Dwight Evans trying to hit a bomb, and he can do it. Castro does get credit for a hold if this goes any further. Fans here at County Stadium hoping McClure can get the job done. Evans is in there. His job, get a hit. 6-2 Brewers, top of the 9th. Strategy rolls are off. McClure will pitch. 5-3. That's a pitcher result. That's a 15. And against the righty. Yeah. And against the righty, that is a 15. And Evans against lefties is a 13. With runners on base is a 0. So a 1-13, Evans just ties this game. He needs to roll there, XSG2. It's an 8-15 as a possible home run. Evans has a 13, and with runners on base, McClure is a 0. So a 1-13, this is a bomb. This is a grand slam. No, it's a 15. He doesn't get it. Evans, 6'5", and it's going to be a deep fly ball to center field. Going after that is Gorman Thomas. He's at the track. He's at the wall. He will leap, and he will make the catch. Blop. That's your game. Dwight Evans misses a game-tying grand slam by inches, and the Brewers will win this game 6-2. Stadium cheers. Yay! Stadium Hughes. Hugh. No runs, 2 hits and a walk. Against the righty, it's still a possible home run. It was a 15. Evans against lefties was a 13. And no runners on base, so a 0. So a 1-13, it would have been a goner. But he rolls a 15 and does not get it. Instead, he rolls a 6-5, and that is a straight deep fly out to center field. And the game is over. And every County Stadium fan just wiped pounds of sweat from their face. Final line score coming up. For the Brewers, 6 runs, 11 hits, no errors. For the Red Sox, 2 runs, 7 hits, 2 errors. The winning pitcher is Reggie. Cleveland will get the win. Mike Torrez will take a very tough loss. Castro a hold, and Bob McClure will get the save. Although that was a very loud, long save. So a big win here for the Brewers. They'll go to 38-40. The Red Sox drop back to 500, 39-39. Well, let's see how the rest of the majors does tonight. 10-minute ticker is next. And I'm going to be very honest with you. I really didn't want that ball to be a home run. I really didn't want that ball to be a home run. If it was, I would have said yeah, but if that was a home run, that would have automatically made this a Game of the Year candidate. But I'm actually glad it didn't leave the yard. These extra inning games really wipe me out, guys. It is now time for the 10-minute ticker, brought to you by FastScore Baseball. So the Red Sox are going to lose 6-2 in the first game of that doubleheader. Let's see how the rest of the majors goes. July 10th, starting the second half of the year, Baltimore and the White Sox. Orioles 7-22, that's 2. White Sox 0-21, that's 1. Detroit at Kansas City. Tigers 15-55, that's 7. Royals 17-35, and that will be 5. Boston and Milwaukee, second game of the doubleheader. Red Sox 11-54, and that's 6. Brewers 15-44, and that's 5, and they will split the twin bill. Angels and the Athletics in a doubleheader. Angels 5-11, that's 0. Oakland 10-61, that is 7. They'll take the first. Angels 6-23, and that's 2. Athletics 8-64, that's 7, and the A's will take both. Minnesota and Seattle. Twins 8-43, 4 runs. Mariners 5-55, 5 runs. M's win. Yankees and the Rangers. Yankees 13-55, that's 7. Rangers 8-41, that's 4. Cleveland at Toronto. Cleveland 8-45, 5 runs. Blue Jays 8-61, that's 6 runs. Cincinnati and the Braves. Reds 7-16, that's 2. Braves 8-12, that's 1. That game belongs to the Reds. Astros and the Dodgers. Astros 5-34, 3 runs. Dodgers 6-13, 1 run. The Astros continue to run away with the National League West. Cardinals and the Expos. Cardinals 9-24, 3. Expos 11-16, and that is 2. Pirates and the Mets. Can my Mets get a win? Pirates 6-24, that's 2. Mets 8-33, and that's 3. I'll get a happy recap. Cubs and the Phillies. Cubs 6-43, that's 4. Phillies 15-41, and that's 5. A win for the Phils. Padres and the Giants. Padres 8-31, 3. And Giants 5-22, 2. And that's a win for the Friars. The Friars aren't done yet. July 11th, Baltimore at the White Sox. Orioles 15-12, and that's 1. White Sox 3-55, and that's 5. Detroit at Kansas City. Tigers 13-65, that is 9. Royals 14-46, and that's 6. Another win for the Cats. Boston at Milwaukee. Red Sox 12-22, that's 3. Brewers 15-64, and that is 9. Another win for the Brewers. Angels and the A's. Angels 12-31, and that's 4. Athletics 16-31, and that is also 4. And they're going extras. Angels roll a 6. -1 is 5. Oakland rolls a 2. -1 is 1. And that will be a win for the Halos. Minnesota at Seattle. Twins 961. That is 6. Mariners 462. That is 6. And they're going to extras. Minnesota rolls a 1. +1 is 2. Seattle 6. -1 is 5. A win for the Twins. Yankees and the Rangers. Yankees 14-14, and that is 2. Rangers 833, and that's 3. A win for the Lone Stars. Indians and the Blue Jays. Indians 926, that is 3. Blue Jays 1163, that is 8. A win for the Bluebirds. Reds and the Braves. Reds 1124, and that is 3. Braves 416, and that is 1. And that game belongs to the Reds. Astros and the Dodgers. Astros 033, that is 2. Dodgers 543, that's 4. Cardinals and the Expos. Cardinals 751, and that is 5. Expos 966, that is 10. That's a win for the Spos. Pirates and the Mets. Can my Mets get a win? Pirates 923, and that's 2. Mets 714, that is 1. They'll raise the Jolly Roger. Cubs and the Phillies. Cubs and the Phillies 953, and that's 5. Phillies 1561, that's 8. Another win for the Phils. Padres and the Giants. Padres 356, and that'll be 5 runs. Giants 414, that is 1 run. Another win for the Friars. July 12th, Kansas City at Baltimore. Royals 921, that's 2. Orioles 1823, and that's 4. Tough night for the Royals. Detroit at Boston. Red Sox, we have those 2 tomorrow night, by the way. Kansas City, Baltimore. Detroit 1045, that's going to be 5. Red Sox 1222, and that is 3. Another win for the Cats. Oakland at Angels. Athletics 1323, that'll be 3 runs. Let's see here. Angels 032, and that's 2 runs. A win for the A's. Yankees and the White Sox. Yankees 1222, that'll be 3. White Sox 162, and that is 5. A win for the Pale Hose. Seattle at Minnesota. Mariners 1035, that'll be 4. Twins 612, that'll be 0. A win for the M's. Cleveland at Texas. Indians 1016, that's 2. Rangers 1353 and 6. The Rangers will win that. Milwaukee at Toronto. Brewers 2015, and that is 3. Blue Jays 734, that is also 3, and they'll go to extras. Milwaukee rolls a 5, -4 is 1. The Toronto rolls a 1, +1 is 2. Wow. Brewers must have stunk in extra innings. That's a win for the Blue Jays. Giants and the Reds in a doubleheader. Giants 1833, and that is 5. Reds 1251, that is 6. The first game belongs to the Reds. Giants 934, and that is 4. Reds 1332, that is also 4, and they're going to extras. Giants roll a 2, +1 is 3. Reds roll a 5, +1 is 6. This has been this great night belongs to the Reds. Braves and the Astros, and the Reds win both. Braves 753, and that's 5. Astros 922, that's 2. Win for the Bravos. Cubs and the Expos in a doubleheader. Cubs 226, that is 2. Expos 951, that is 5. The Expos take the first. Cubs 1213, that is 1. Expos 1553, and that will be 6. And the Expos take both. Cardinals and the Mets. Can my Mets get a win? Cardinals 1713, that is 2. Mets 932, that is 3. And my Mets will have a happy recap. 2 out of 3 wins tonight. Here come my Mets. We're going to take it all the way. Yeah, right. Pirates and the Phillies. Pirates 056, that will be 4. Phillies 811, that's 0. Raise the Jolly Roger. Dodgers and the Padres. Dodgers 854, and that will be 5. Padres minus 366. Believe it or not, that is 7. And the Friars will win it. That is your 10-minute ticker. If your team won tonight, congratulations. If they didn't, there's always tomorrow. Tomorrow will be July 13th. We will be at Memorial Stadium. Kansas City Royals at Baltimore Orioles. Larry Gura for the Royals. Mike Flanagan for the Orioles. Be there or be square. Thank you all for joining me tonight. Please leave a like on your way out the turnstiles. Subscribe if you're not done so. Make sure you hit the bell. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay smart, stay strong, and we'll win. And we'll see you tomorrow night. The Boston Red Sox came up just a little bit short of tying the game, but the Brewers will win this game today, 6-2. See you guys tomorrow night.